You're at the park, and a friendly golden retriever wanders over. You bend down to give it a pat, and suddenly, thump. Your own dog has wedged their head directly under your hand. Or maybe you're giving your partner a hug on the couch, and your dog starts pawing at your leg, desperate to get in the middle. Most owners laugh it off. We call it jealousy. We assume they're just being a little clingy or possessive. But behavioral neuroscience tells a completely different story. What your dog is doing in those moments is actually one of the most complex expressions of trust and evolutionary biology that exists between two species. It is not about being petty, it's about a survival mechanism that has been refined over thousands of years of living together. When your dog interrupts your attention to someone else, they are not just being dramatic, they are protecting the single most important thing in their world, their connection to you. To understand why this jealousy happens, we have to look at how your dog actually views you. Researchers at Yavuz Lorand University in Budapest decided to test this by adapting a famous psychological tool used to study human infants, called Ainsworth's Strange Situation Procedure. They found that dogs form attachment bonds with their owners that are functionally identical to the bond a human infant forms with its mother. They showed the same proximity seeking and the same distress when separated. In fact, 61% of dogs tested were classified as securely attached, the exact same proportion you find in human toddlers. So, when your dog sees you giving attention to another animal or even another person, they are not thinking like an adult friend, they are reacting like a toddler. They are seeking closeness to their safe person at a moment where they feel their security is being threatened. They aren't being clingy, they're telling you that you're the safest thing in their world. But here is where it gets really interesting, because this is not just psychology, it's chemistry. In 2015, a team at Asabu University in Japan published a study in the journal Science that changed everything we knew about the dog-human bond. They measured levels of oxytocin, the neurochemical your brain releases when you feel deeply bonded to someone. It's the same molecule that floods a mother's brain when she holds her newborn for the first time. What they found was a self-reinforcing neurochemical loop. When a dog gazes at their owner, both of them experience a surge in oxytocin simultaneously. The dog's oxytocin goes up, the owner's goes up, which makes the dog want to look more, which releases even more oxytocin. This loop is a biological miracle that no other animal on Earth shares with humans. They even tested this with wolves raised by humans, and the loop did not activate at all. So, when you pet another dog, you are essentially sharing that chemical bond with a stranger. Your dog's jealousy is actually an attempt to restart that oxytocin loop with you. They are literally trying to get their fix of the chemical that tells their brain they are loved and safe. This drive to be the center of your world isn't accidental, it's written in their DNA. Geneticists have discovered that domestic dogs carry unique genetic insertions in a region of chromosome 6. These genes are associated with extreme friendliness and human-directed contact seeking. Wolves do not have these genetic markers. Dogs were literally shaped at a genetic level to want to be near us and to bond with us. Physical contact is a huge part of this. Researchers found that just 10 minutes of petting produces measurable drops in cortisol, your stress hormone, in both you and your dog. When your dog nudges your hand away from another pet, they are following a genetic command to prioritize that contact. They've been selected for across millennia to be the ones who stay the closest, because the friendliest dogs, the ones least likely to flee and most likely to seek human attention, were the ones who survived and passed on their traits. There's one more layer to this jealous behavior that is truly mind-blowing. A 2024 study from the University of Jyväskylä in Finland monitored the heart rate variability, HRV, of dog owner pairs. HRV is one of the best measures of how your nervous system is functioning. High HRV means you're relaxed, and low HRV means you're stressed. The study found that dogs and owners actually sync their nervous systems. When the owner was calm, the dog was calm. When the owner was stressed, the dog's autonomic state shifted to match. But here's the catch, this synchronization only happens within bonded pairs. When the researchers tested dogs with unfamiliar humans, there was no synchronization at all. When you interact with another dog, your dog's jealous interruption might actually be a physiological need to get back in sync with you. They recognize your warm, breathing presence as something their nervous system needs to stay regulated. They are not just crashing the party, they're trying to realign their heart with yours. Because this proximity-seeking behavior is so fundamental, you need to pay attention if it suddenly disappears. Dogs are creatures of habit. If a dog who has always been jealous and pushy for your attention suddenly stops jumping on the couch or starts choosing to sleep in another room, do not brush it off. Veterinary researchers have found that changes in social location are one of the earliest behavioral signs of pain, appearing long before limping or stiffness. In older dogs, a sudden lack of interest in being in the middle of things can be a hallmark symptom of canine cognitive dysfunction, or dog dementia. Because your dog does not have language, their jealousy, and the disappearance of it, is the only way they can tell you if something is wrong. So, the next time you feel that cold nose wedging its way between you and your friend, or you get a 50-pound, jealous, nudge while you're on a phone call, remember what's actually happening. Your dog isn't being bad or needy. You are seeing a neurochemical loop that no other species shares with us. You are seeing an attachment system built to mirror the bond between a parent and a child. In their eyes, you are not just a pet parent. You are their safe base, their chemical reward, and the person their very heart rate is trying to sync with. For them, being by your side is the safest place in the world. And honestly, the science suggests that having them there might be doing something vital for your nervous system, too. If this changed how you see your dog's drama, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment below. I want to know the funniest way your dog has ever tried to steal your attention.